We're gonna continue with time value of money. Last time we talked about present value of a single cash flow in the future or future value of a single cash flow now. Let's talk about multiple cash flows. Well, one of the reasons we calculate something like future value or present value, $1 today is not the same as $1 next year. We can think of today and next year as different countries, and they have different currencies. So if you go to England or the United Kingdom, they have a currency called pound. We have a currency called dollar. You cannot add 1 pound to $1 without doing something in the meantime. You have to make them speak in the same terms. So what we do, I was in Wales about 2 weeks ago. I took my dollars, converted them into pounds, and were able to spend them. Same deal here. When we're dealing with multiple cash flows, if you're going to do operations with them, you have to make them speak the same language. So maybe in terms of same currency, in terms of present value. If you have multiple cash flows, which are pairs of amounts and time periods, value of the total set of cash flows is equal to, I should say, present or future for that matter, is equal to the sum of present or future cash flow. Sum of the present or future value of individual cash flows. That kind of makes sense. Suppose you made a contract and the contract stipulates that 1 year from now you'll be paid $500,000, 2 years from now you'll be paid $750,000, 3 years from now $1 million. And you want to know, what is an amount that you would be willing to, you would be indifferent receiving right now. So if I told you the following, let's open up an Excel file. Oh, by the way, I put a template. Oh, you guys are not telling me that you see nothing. If I didn't notice, you was going to tell me? On Blackboard under course documents, I put a template called your Patel, right? While that thing comes along, take care of that. So, from the room, the romantic phone, just like. Oh, I know one. Don't have the video connection. This is a template. Right, let me open it directly myself from here. Now, as you can see, this is a macro-enabled worksheet. That means there is some Visual Basic for Applications code behind it. You don't need to know anything about that code, at least not at the level of this class, but it's there. I'm going to save it. I'm going to open it. And if the file opens directly, hit Enable Content. I do trust it. Did any of you have an issue with not being able to open it because of security issue? Okay. Sometimes that happens, especially if you're running Windows 10. Do the following. Find where you saved that file. I think I saved it under Downloads. No? Documents. Where the hell did I save it? We'll find out. Show in folder. Oh, it was in OneDrive. You find your file, just click on it once, right click, hit Properties. If you had an issue with file being blocked, just click on Unblock over there, hit OK, and then open it, and that should be fine. Anytime you download a macro-enabled file from internet, depending upon your settings, Microsoft may block it. This is how you get around it. You're going to do that only once. From then on, it's your file. You should see 2 sheets like that. These are templates. This is a template for the Dolce thing that I'm going to use later on. This sheet, you cannot do anything about it except duplicate it, because I have this sheet protected. I don't want the users of this template to screw up the setup. And this is basically a blank sheet that is also protected. For now, I'm going to just duplicate that one, right? Now I can do stuff with it. Obviously, for what I'm going to do right now, you don't need any of this. The only reason I like using this, one, I can directly zoom in and out of the file or screen, or I can go to the previously visited sheet. Those are also based on macros. But we're going to do bulk of our work, especially when it comes to annuities and stuff over here. For now, let's call this multiple cash flows. Now, as I said, I'm going to call this period 1, 2. I'm going to go ahead and have 5 periods. And let me also teach you a little trick in Excel. Suppose you need to write numbers from 1 to 25, but you're too civilized, which means you're too lazy to write all the numbers from 1 to 25. Just write the first 2, select them, go to the southeast corner of the selection, see how the cursor changes, click and drag. As you drag, there's a little white box over there that has a number that says if you release your mouse, it's going to stop at 6. I wanted at 5, or, suppose I want 120 of them. Let's do 120. I'm going to use only the first 5 for now. It automatically fills it in. In fact, what it does, it repeats the pattern. If you're gonna actually, let's say you want to do all the odd numbers and type 1 and 3. After that, drag. And it's gonna go 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, so on and so forth. Question? Okay. Cash flow, and I'm going to, for now, I'm going to write 200. And right now, I don't have a formula, but suppose you wanted to fill all of these. Actually, let me write the numbers. There's an Excel function called rand between. As the name suggests, it generates a random number, random integer, in an interval. So 100 to 5,000. Okay?